I want to start with you. I guess the last ride with your good mate Slips. Can you take us into the reaction of the playing group when you found out this was going to be the last test?
Yeah, I guess there were quite a few players that were emotional, like being myself included. We knew that he was close to the end, but we didn't know that it was going to be this soon. And I think in saying that, it's because of the way that he's been playing. He's been playing some great footy. You know, he's been a true warrior of the game and for his country over 150 times. So I think if anything, he's leaving a great legacy behind. You know, for us players to continue on. You know, which is to lead by actions. You know, to put your body on the line. You know, for the jersey and off the field. It's, you know, to be a great husband. You know, and a great father to his two beautiful girls. So he's had a massive impact on us and his country. And you know, if anything, we want to make sure that we go out there and put in a performance that he'll be proud of.
How did you tell the team, Allan?
Just in a typical Slippy way, just dropped a message on the chat. He doesn't like any attention. You know, he's achieved a few milestones, as we all know, and he just wants to keep scraping it to the side and put the team first. And yeah, that was just the old typical fashion of Slippy, just to send out a text saying, "Yeah, boys, my last one, love ya."
Allan, like, we see his impact on you, but it seems like off the field, you speak to anybody, he's almost sort of revered even more. Can you just speak on what it particularly does for a group to galvanise and bring the best out of everybody?
Yeah, I think from you know, what he adds off the field is that he's just very approachable. Like, he's obviously one of the leaders and has been for a number of years, and he's very approachable to some of our younger lads, and just a really good humble bloke, you know. So he talks a lot in meetings, obviously because he's most experienced, but then he also gets around the lads. Like, the lads like to take the piss out of him a fair bit, but that's just because they're so comfortable around him, you know. So he has that good balance of, you know, being a good man, getting around you, but then on the field he's you know, he drives high expectations, you know. So, and I think it's more about what he does on the field, you know, that holds their weight off the field. And as I said before, he's always been someone that's leads through his actions, you know, and has done that for 450 tests.
How desperate are you guys to send him off the winner?
Yeah, I think it's more about you know, just focusing on like one moment at a time, because we know that that's eventually you stack all those moments and it gives you the opportunity to get the result. And I think you know, taking a leaf out of Slip's book, it's to go out there and to put your body on the line. You know, it's to give everything you've got through every moment. You know, and most importantly, just doing what you say you're going to do. You know, so I think that's you know, more about what we focus on, and taking a bit out of, you know, Slips and what he's brought, you know, to the test arena over a number of times.
Josh, what do you take to see Allan as being one of, I guess, more sort of younger members of the squad?
Yeah, as Al touched on, he's just someone who's very approachable. I know my first conclusion to a Wallabies squad, he was the first person to ring me up a day or two before us going into the squad, and just seeing how I was feeling, asking what I was thinking about, and I wasn't really too sure, but he just gave me a little bit of feedback there, and just say, mate, just enjoy every moment of it. We're all not really sure what to expect, but come in, just get around the boys, and you'll love your time. So it's just that little small impacts that he's had on each and every one of us. It's been huge.
Josh, can I just ask you that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the original plan for you for the second half of the year was to be with Benetton, is that correct?
Potentially, yeah. I was going to go across and play a few games there.
Can you just talk us through, from your perspective, like that sort of relationship was announced, things for you, Asiata, JB, John Bryant, and Lee Welsh? Like, what was this sort of timeline in terms of you find out that you could be going over there, then you get caught in Wallabies, and sort of that relationship between the two there?
Well, it was always kind of just based off whether or not I was in the Wallabies squad. So it was set up between the Reds and Benetton, their relationship there, and due to the fact that I was injured for majority of the year, unfortunately, it was just an opportunity for me to potentially go and play some game time similar to like the NPC, like a few of the boys have done. But I was lucky enough to get called into here, and I've loved every moment. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. The only reason I was going across there was to potentially get some game time and put my best foot forward to be included in this squad.
So you've been in the squad and around the sort of team for so long this year. You might sometimes have that thought of, I might not get a chance, but what was the sort of messaging from Joe and the rest of the coaching staff around keep sort of pushing your message or keep pushing your sort of skills to break into that 23?
Yeah, obviously we've had a very well set team this year. So Joe was just talking to me about just putting my best foot forward at training. He was giving me some little work-ons defensively and attack-wise, but he says to all the boys, the best possible way you can train is the best way you can get picked in the team. So I've just been focused on putting my best foot forward on a Monday, Tuesday and Thursday training sessions to try and breach my way into the team.
Al, you worked with Mike now for a while. What can you say about what he brought to the table and how he's helped you?
Mate, I think he's been awesome for us. Obviously through his experience and his knowledge, that he's brought, throughout last year and then into this year. And if anything, he's instilled that knowledge into the players to now be able to help self-coach each other. And I think that's probably been the best thing about Chrono. It's more like he has a real simple approach in how he coaches and how he delivers messages, but it's always on point. And everything he does is always to the point. And it's done with purpose. So I think especially for me being a tight end, I've been grateful to be able to have him as my scrum coach. Over the last couple of years, to be able to pick his brain, through the experiences that he's been through over the last 250 plus tests. So I think it's been great for us.
Al, there's been a lot of talk in the lead up in the last few days about the new R360 comp. Just curious to get your thoughts on it.
I wouldn't know too much on that because they haven't hit me up. So I guess I think from a player's perspective, like there's a lot of us that have signed here till the World Cup, the Home World Cup in 2027. So as players, like we're just focused on like the next moment, and focusing on giving everything we've got to the state union, and now most importantly to the Wallabies.
The prospect of players joining it and then not being able to play for the Wallabies, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, mate, I've got no comment because I'm not too informed on what's going on with that. It's kind of just gone off over the back of my head. So again, mate, I'm fully just focused on what's happening in my life at the moment, which is playing good footy and my family.
What do you guys think about playing on this side of the country? I guess you make New Zealand, you travel that bit further, and it's I think a 5-hour time difference for them. Does that give you any sense of potential advantage at all?
Well, I guess we were all there last week, and we all travelled together on that flight. I think we're all experiencing that same thing. But I think it's just awesome knowing that we're expecting such a great turnout at Optus on Saturday. The boys are getting around the community this afternoon, because we know that Perth really get around rugby, and the boys love playing here, and and we love playing in front of the Perth fans. So I think that gives us motivation to want to go out there and put in a good performance for the sold out crowd that we're excited to play in front of.
On that travel, is it a weird thing? Like you play 80 minutes, you go sort of all out for 80 minutes, and then to the next day you're almost seat by seat sitting next to the guys. You essentially go out there and bash up all over again 7 days later.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty weird, but like everyone's like human though, So it's like we all sit next to each other. We have like a yarn. I think the league final was on, so we're just watching that together, and everyone was each to their own, like pretty sore and tired. But like some guys found it awkward, but the other guys are just talking to them, and it's pretty chilled. So but everyone shared the whole plane together. So
How hard did Nick White play push to get a game?
Oh mate, that's just his normal self, mate. He bloody trains hard, still talking heaps, you know, and to the point, and that's always been, you know, his leadership. It's just holding people accountable, you know, driving standards. So it was awesome that he was able to come in this week.
Carlo won't be getting a chance to play in front of his home fans. How's he sort of been in camp?
No, he's been good. You know, Carlo goes 100% of the time, which sucks it sometimes. But no, he's prepped the team really well this week. I know he's loved every second of being back over here in Perth, and to have a test match here, it means a lot to him and all the Perth locals as well. But you know, he's just head down, bum up. He's prepped the team really well this week, and to make sure the boys are ready to go.